Hi guys, and welcome to episode 28 of the M&T podcast. I'm T, obviously. This is M.
Me.
And we've also got a very special guest this week, which is D, Dwayne.
Hello.
MT&D.
MT&D podcast, episode 28. We talk about a lot of things, including a lot about New York and Colombia. We also talk, what else do we even talk about?
Talk about everything.
Being
Paris
starstruck,
Hilton.
Paris Hilton, and all the good things about Ibiza that you want to know. Did you have a good time? I know everyone knows we record this first.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I'm glad it's over. I have so much more to talk about.
I know. Oh, so
maybe we can do another
that
podcast.
gives
We'll
us
do
ammo.
another one. We'll do another one.
So thank you very much for listening. It is a bit of a longer one, but we hope you enjoy, and we'll see you in the
there.
episode.
Bye-bye.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 28 of the M&T podcast. And for those who are watching on YouTube, you will see we are not in our house right now.
What do you mean? We live here.
We are on location. We have a fantastic guest joining us as well to have a chat with us.
Thank you.
Tifla.
It's very exciting. We're at Golden Buddha, and I haven't been here this year at all, I don't think. Because it's not been, a normal summer, and it's nice and sunny. It's December 19th.
And we're sat in the sun.
And we're sat in t-shirts in the sun.
The left side of me is going to burn.
Yeah, I've got
definitely.
Yeah, I'm thinking I should have wore.
We should just swap halfway through. And,
we should just rotate. That would be perfect. But thanks for joining us. I know you're a busy guy, filming every day. But should we just kick off with an intro? Do you want to tell
let's do it.
people that might not know who you are?
Who am I?
And what you do here?
I don't know who I am. My name is Dwayne Muffin on YouTube. I guess I could call myself a YouTuber now. I've been living in Ibiza now for 10 years. 10 summers, and I like to travel a lot, and I've been living here working in marketing like yourself, working with the clubs, working with the DJs, the brands, and that's basically it. But it all started from just coming on holiday as a 18-year-old, a fool at that time, still am a bit of a fool, but came here on a holiday when I was 18, fell in love with the island like everybody else, and I'm now 30 years old. A bit more bruised and battered, but it's been it's been a good laugh, put it that way.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's not a bad 10 years, is it? Not bad at all. Where did you stay 10 years ago for this first holiday?
First holiday, I stayed in the Apollo Apartments, which was Club 18 to 30, and that holiday cost me €350 for 7 nights.
Wow,
Oh
can you
my
imagine?
God. What would
Yeah.
that get you now? Like a couple of nights in a
That was
hotel?
actually 12 years ago, so the holiday was initially the first time I came to Ibiza, obviously, and then 2 years after that I moved here.
Wow. That's amazing. So you say 10 summers, so do you leave in winter, or do you normally stay here all winter?
At the start, I left because I didn't have such a connection with so many people as I do now, and then I sort of spent my winters in New York for at least like 3 months, because my best friend lives in New York and I don't get to see him. So once summer was over, I jump on a flight and usually spend 3 months on his sofa.
Nice.
That's amazing, though.
Winter's New York is a great place for winter.
I'd love to
I
go
spent
there.
one Christmas in New York and it was amazing.
I bet
Obviously,
it is.
I love getting back to see my family, but that Christmas was unbelievable. Like, there's a massive Irish community in New York,
Yeah.
and that's
Is
what makes
there?
it so. You
That's
can't
cool.
move there's not like. Can't turn a corner without an Irish pub.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
because all my friends, they all work there, and I know everyone, it's just like being at home.
Nice.
That's so
I
cool.
love it.
I've never been to New
Absolutely love
York,
it.
but I would probably go at Christmas if I was going to go at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like-
just do Christmas properly,
I
don't they, in
know.
New
That
York?
would be amazing. That's so good.
And now we typically open a podcast by opening a bottle. Now we've ordered a bottle. We're just waiting for it to be delivered.
Yeah, we do normally order.
And we'll get a bottle of rosé. But we also open by sort of asking like how your week's been.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do that slightly differently so that we don't ramble on about what we've been up to, which everyone has been watching on YouTube anyway. But what are your 3 highlights of the week, Tifla?
Okay, my 3 highlights. Oh, I had them ready and now I've forgotten them.
them.
Do you remember what they are?
No.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would I know what your 3 highlights are?
What did we do this week for Vlogmas that I really enjoyed? You go first. I've lost all my thought.
What have I liked? I've liked the weather this week.
Oh,
It's
smashing.
crazy to think that we're less than a week away from Christmas. And we sat outside, and it's been a bit hit and miss, but the last couple of days it's just lovely to be outside, So a highlight is the weather. Yesterday we went on an incredible hike, which I loved.
That was
doing.
a good highlight. We did the 4 peaks of Santa Ilaria.
It's a made-up thing.
Yeah.
We created it ourselves. But we basically walked up 4 big hills yesterday, and I was exhausted. But it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. And saved by the wine.
Saved by
it
the
is
wine.
on
You
its
can do your
way.
3rd highlight now, or did you do 3?
No, weather.
Yeah,
hike.
it's fine.
Yeah, pop it on
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's
Come on,
absolutely
yeah, that's
fine.
Thank you
Amazing.
so
I'm
much.
very excited about
Uh-oh.
this. So the wine is coming and being poured, but now I can talk about my highlights while we're here. I enjoyed setting up our office because our neon sign arrived.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's
that.
so
It
good.
looks
We thought for a while about what the quote should be, and we always joke and we're like, oh, we do what we want, and so that had to be it.
Yeah.
So now we have this pink neon sign, and now I call it Room 2 because when you put it on at night, it's like a second club room.
Yeah.
So
Just
Room
bright
2's ready
pink
to go.
neon room that we have now.
Yeah, that's one big highlight. I did very much like the hike yesterday and Christmas admin. I went Christmas shopping on my own, which was fun because I got all your Christmas presents sorted and
It's
it's
weird, we
kind of
rarely do
gearing up
things as individuals,
separately.
do we? We always go everywhere together.
Oh, just pour away.
Oh, fine. I'll
I'm
drink
sure
it.
yeah,
it's fine.
we're going to drink it.
Lovely.
So for those listening, there's wine being poured right now.
Yeah, wine being. We normally pour it like here, like
It's that sound, isn't it?
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's
Thank you.
get some cheers on the go. Pass them out. It's quite a nice colour.
It's a good colour, isn't
It
it?
is a lovely colour.
And it
Wow.
feels summery, dare I
It
say
feels
it.
very sunny. Cheers,
Cheers,
everyone.
It's the 19th of December and we're sitting in Ibiza in a t-shirt and the sun is beating down on my
Drinking
face,
rosé.
drinking
Drinking
wine.
rosé.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Can I
Christmas
have the
indeed.
bottle, please? Because I would like
course
to
you can.
understand what it is we're drinking.
You
Because
have a look.
I did just say, let's order a bottle of rosé.
Dwayne, any highlights for your week this week?
Any
been going
highlights? Oh, I do actually. I think I'm going to start from the back. I think yesterday's paella with my 2 friends was amazing.
Nice.
I had a really, really productive meeting with somebody. I cannot say just yet who that was with.
I know
And-
who it was.
No.
No, I don't really. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I'm not allowed. I sworn to secrecy. And I met the
Keep drinking.
godfather, in my opinion, of Ibiza, Pepe Rosello, the owner of Space, as you've seen if you watch the vlog.
Yeah.
And that for me was just wow. Like, I've met Pepe many times, but to sit and have beers for like 3 hours just talking about Irish music and life in Ireland,
Yeah.
as opposed to speaking about space and Ibiza
Yeah.
and being best friends with Carl
Because
Cox and
all you
everything
see
like
on
that.
all you see on YouTube is the highlights you put up of that conversation. You don't know that you were there for so many hours,
Yeah.
actually talking not about space
Yeah,
or whatever.
like
and
I
not about the
didn't. It
nightlife
wasn't a
industry.
planned vlog. I literally, this is why I do the vlogs. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen when I walk out of here after this.
You never know
video.
after a bottle.
Anything could
But
happen.
because I live in Ibiza and I have worked my arse off for 10 years, these things kind of guide into my way. So, you know, most of the DJs, most of the famous people are in the Ibiza. I kind of have an affiliation with them in some way. So it's very easy for me to do that. So we
Yeah.
were just chatting to Pepe and I actually thought to myself, hold on a minute, I'm speaking to the Ibiza legend, I have to get him in.
Yeah.
So like halfway through our conversation, I was like, Pepe, can I just put a video on? He's like, of course.
Oh,
So that's how that
so
came
nice
about.
for him as
It's
well.
like,
Like by
so
him.
nice.
Because I would have kicked there's so many occasions where I've walked away in Ibiza and went, why didn't I ask for that picture? I don't like hassling people for a picture. I'll always politely ask them if it's in the right situation. But there's so many times I've walked away and I'm like,
Anyone specific?
Imagine
Who have you missed the opportunity to capture?
Shane McGowan, like for me as an Irish person, the fairy tale in New York at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
obviously I
Could've
wasn't.
got them on
I
there.
got the picture, but I always think, wow, imagine I was. And like, I mean, that was years ago, but
Yeah.
imagine I was doing videos now. Imagine having that. So that's what excites me about the summer of what could potentially happen.
Yeah, because we were just talking before this, and like obviously you know so many people, but like people's perception of you, like of you and what you do, is really different to what actually happens. Like.
Yeah.
You know everybody, so you can go and have a chat, but people just think kind of you're elbowing your way in for a free bit of gossip or a free meal or a free this, that, and the other.
yeah.
And that's the really bad misconception that people have about people that do YouTube. Like, we basically rocked up here. It's not like we're here getting wine for free and sitting in the sun. Like, we came here and went, do you mind if we film?
Yeah.
We're going to order a bottle of wine. Is that okay?
Yeah.
But, yeah, misconceptions are really big. Like,
Yeah, I get that a lot. I think there's a running joke where it's like, oh, Dwayne's here for another free meal. And I'm like, well, we have a production team, Visualize, and like we do a lot of the production for a lot of the big restaurants and beach clubs. So therefore we need food shots. So the food shots are displayed on the table and somebody's got to eat it. So we're actually being paid and we're getting free food, so it's not like we're just there. Okay, I do collaborations where the media people will be like, Dwayne, we'd like to have you come around for the restaurant, but I'm still working. I've got to do that video. It takes, as you know, it takes hours to edit it.
The food is cold by the time you eat it.
So it's like, and the beneficial side to that is the restaurant owner is like, oh, we've had a load of people come in because they watch your videos, and I'm like, that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and Visualize properly launched this year, didn't it?
Yeah, we kind of like. It was, I was getting a few contracts and there's a wasp flying around.
Likes the wine.
I was getting a few like deals with some of the big festivals and that, and I'm not a video guy really. It's just, I guess it was just people were coming to me, we want to do this in Ibiza, and I was like, having to outsource, I'd have to find a drone pilot, I'll have to get a video guy, I'll have to get an editor, and whilst all my friends are all that, I was like, boys, we should just form a team.
Yeah.
And Brett was like, and Jody and Hector, they're all like, yeah, this is a great idea. And that's kind of where it came. Brett helped with the branding, the name came from Brett, etc. And yeah, so my job is basically kind of the sales guy or on,
You're the face of it.
It's a team, that's the main thing. But like, I'm more like salesperson or the person that has the contact. So obviously the more I do on YouTube, people reach out to me, so then I can just send it to Brett, and then he deals with all the emails, because I am nightmare on email or a WhatsApp or text. I
just ignore.
Believe it or not, I spend so much time on my phone, I'm just useless because I've got no attention span.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of, I believe I have ADHD, hence why I do so many videos, because I
want to get that next thing.
Cannot sit in one place unless I'm drinking.
Yeah, then you can stay still for a bit if there's a drink in front of us.
So that's just always been the way I have been. I've got no patience. I have to go there and then get it out now, get it done. And that's the same with when I travel and stuff.
That's good though, because being able to get the content out there, that was what people, and that's what a lot of your followers want to see. I think if you took too big a gap, people would be like, where's the next one?
Yeah. The reason I took a gap this week is because I had a bit of a yearbus incident where I fell down a flight of stairs at my mate's villa, and it's still quite sore on the roof. I probably have broke my collarbone, but it's black and blue, but anyway.
Oh my god.
We've all had some kind of incident.
I took a week off vlogging.
Off vlogging.
That seems fair
she
enough.
can't hold the camera in front anymore.
Fair enough.
That's basically it.
That's what Yerbas does, unfortunately.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Workplace injuries.
Yeah.
It's not a good ad for Yerbas. Yerbas is nice.
Yeah, well,
it's
people
lovely.
who have
it's just
followed
too
our
easy
journey.
to drink, though. It's too easy.
Yeah, people who have followed this, we've done a couple of Yerbas vlog.
Do you know what fascinates me is like the situations of people that maybe don't live in Ibiza, don't understand. Like in the UK, you would never get a shot.
Nah.
You go brush your teeth and someone's there with a shot, or like you literally, it's like, oh, would you like a shot? I'm like, I'm in the supermarket. I went to Cash and Carry one day and there was like a thing for a shot of Yerbas.
Oh my god.
You walk into Bar and Eat down there.
It's like every day after a meal, we went to Kathmandu for a curry and it was super chilled. And then they were like, do you want a shot? And we're all like, yeah, of course, fuck it, let's go.
And that's kind of, it's for the indigestion. But that's what kind of sets the spark, and then you're, I'll have another one. And then the thing with Yerbas is it's just complete memory wipe.
Yeah.
So you can only have a couple, but you might not have been that drunk. But
the dangerous thing is we've learned since moving here is that you can drink just Yerbas on ice as well,
which is
not just
as a slow drink.
Yeah,
it's nice
I think
as a slow drink.
As well, people might not understand like the culture here. You can drink and you will drink every day, 7 days a week. And
so easy.
That's why I had I took a year off drinking. I made a lot of videos about it. I had a massive issue with alcohol, just because of the lifestyle. I was going to clubs. I didn't have to pay for drinks when I was getting into the clubs. So, as a when I was 23, single Irish guy getting free alcohol, it's only going to go one way, isn't it? So now I've kind of started drinking again after a year. I ended up drinking on Christmas Day, merely just because somebody accidentally ordered an extra pint of Guinness, and I was like, I haven't had a pint of Guinness for a year. I'll have one of them. Then I stopped it, and strangely, when I moved to Dubai,
What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna blame Jamie and James for that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
The
I'm gonna
grassroots guys and
clip
Tony.
that, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because Dubai obviously has the reputation of you can't drink.
We just had this conversation last night about their lifestyle and the clubbing scene.
Can't drink.
I know.
I have been in more sticky situations in Dubai than I have in Ibiza.
I swear we were
I've
going to
said
get
to people-
arrested so many times.
I said it to people last night when we were having conversation with people who haven't been and they were asking questions. And it is, I've been more in trouble with what I've consumed there than probably here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I've
party
had a few
lifestyle.
nights where I was like to the guys, I went out on my own. I think I went. This is what happened.
Oh God.
Okay, so we're in.
Here's a Dubai
we're
story.
in the apartment block, and me and James had been out drinking beers, watching the football or something, and then off we went. Camel Fat were playing, and
Nice.
I can't remember the name of the club or the venue. It was miles away anyway.
Oh,
So.
okay.
And I'm usually the one first to flake and go to bed, but I was like, no, I text Camel Fat, I was like, can I come? And they're like, yeah, no problem, we'll go. So I got there, I brought this girl, a beautiful girl, and we were like in the thing, I bought a drink and was having a drink, and in the middle of the dance floor, and Mike from Camel Fat had seen me, so he's waved me over and he's like, here lad, go in there via the security, and I was like, okay, so got there, security's like, no, and I was like, no, but Camel Fat said I can come in.
Camel Fat said I
And
could come in.
they were like, no chance. So I was like, oh no. So I went back into the dance floor. I was like, happy enough, dancing away. And Mike seen me again. He's like, I told you to come in. So he's taking his headphones off mid
Like,
set.
just stop
Oh, wow.
DJing.
Dave's DJing anyway, and I'm like, he's come on over. He's like, the security guard, he's with me. And then in a Liverpool accent, he's like, here lad, there's loads of drink up there. Me and
Oh
Dave aren't
my
drinking
God.
tonight. Help yourself. So I'm like up there with a bottle of Bombay,
What?
Grey Goose, everything. It was actually a bold that the night was, and Camel Fat were playing. I got in there, and of course there's people in the VIP that knew me from Ibiza, and I was like, oh yeah,
God.
cool. And we got some girls who were like, can we sit at your table? I was like, that's the best table in the club,
Oh
on my
my
own
God.
with some
Oh,
girl
where
that
were
I've just
they
met.
playing?
Have to find out. We'll
I'll
have
have
to.
to figure out where
It
that
was a
was.
big venue where they do name it.
Well, they've got like Zero Gravity, but I don't think
It
it'll
wasn't
be there.
Zero Gravity.
Was it indoor venue?
No, it was. They host the defected parties. They have
Oh.
They have
yeah,
El Row there.
It's Soho Garden.
Soho
There we
Garden.
go.
Yeah, I was
Soho
gonna,
Garden,
it was
Soho Beach,
Soho
yeah.
Garden. So, long story short, I've drank most of the drink with people I didn't know. Everyone thinking it was my table. Text Camel Fat the next day saying, sorry if I was out of order. And Mike's like, no, lad, you were grand. Didn't see you after that. And I was like, I don't remember going home.
Amazing.
And it was James's birthday, and Jamie was like, woke me
Oof.
up the next day. And I had like a mildly black eye, and I was like, what happened last night? I was like, guys, I cannot be going to the W like this. It was a
Oh
brunch
my
for
God,
Jamie's
yeah, of
birthday.
course.
Yeah.
So we've gone. I've had like two Heinekens in there, and not zero gravity, and the wet deck.
Yeah, wet deck.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's
I
sunshine
was-
outside.
I was harmless, just
Just-
chatting
Wow.
to everybody in that pool, and I had a laugh, but yeah, I had to cut
Yeah,
the taxi.
can't drink in Dubai. We've
Yeah.
had our messiest nights
in
in
Dubai.
Dubai. Like
More so
like
than
nothing that. Yeah, I've beaten an Ibiza ruined night in
Yeah,
Dubai. Definitely.
I think like the good thing with me is like I'm harmless when I'm drunk. I'm not like I'll have a bit of a laugh.
not
but-
like a fighter or an angry person. Yeah.
Yeah, you could ask
Depends
my
what you're
friends.
drinking.
No, I have this tendency to go for the biggest guy, and not jokingly.
Yeah.
I'll have man.
Yeah.
Come on, big man, and then they just laugh at me. How
Yeah.
I've not been defeated, big.
Oh God, is the time okay?
The
Sorry,
time
I
is
was just,
fine,
Just
yes,
checking that
absolutely.
you're on it.
I'm all
'cause,
over
you know,
it, don't
you-
worry. I'm the technology
You're in
guy.
charge. I just drink the rosé.
Yeah.
We obviously had a bunch of questions sent in by random people.
Oh dear.
And
oh
a couple
dear.
of people have asked, how was Paris Hilton?
Paris Hilton. Do you know what? She is one of the nicest people I've like met. She's so like I've met Paris quite a few times. The reason I done the video with Paris is because her press agent was my friend, and I just pitched it to her. And Paris doesn't usually do interviews in Ibiza with people, like, and she Guadeloupe was like, yeah, Paris said she'd do one with you, and I was like, oh, amazing, shit, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah, now what?
Like,
What do you talk to Paris
so,
Hilton about?
so like Ushuaia set it up and we were in the club. I interviewed her twice, didn't I? Maybe once or twice, I can't remember. Once at Amnesia and once in Ushuaia. So we got to the club. I was like, yeah, Paris is coming in. And of course, in her typical fashion, she was a little bit late. She come in all glamorous. And I'm thinking, right, me, Paris Hilton, in the studio, Anna, the press agent from Ushuaia, done. Of course, she brought an entourage of people in.
Mm-hmm.
It was my
God.
birthday as well, and I wasn't drinking, so I was like, and they all stayed, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, great. And I just froze. I was asking her questions that they weren't, when it wasn't registering.
yeah.
I was just talking for the sake of talking
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then talking over. So it was a bit like, now after years of experience of making the videos, I'll be so up for doing it. But she was actually really nervous about playing in Ushuaia, and I was like,
that's
in the green room, I was
kinda
like,
sweet.
but I was like, you're Paris Hilton. She was like, yeah. And then Paul, my friend, was like, weirdest statement ever. He says, just imagine you're going out in front of a football stadium. And I was like, so anyway, Paris is like, okay, it's cool. So she gone in and she went out onto the stage at Ushuaia, and I looked at Paul. I was like, what was that about? And he just burst out laughing. He goes, I just froze. I didn't know what to say.
Because she's like, obviously in recent months, well, in the last year, like she's actually a really smart. She puts
Yes.
on this persona,
Oh, no,
but she's
like-
actually a really, really smart woman, businesswoman,
No,
and I think that's amazing.
She is super
Yeah.
smart. Like the Paris that you,
It's
the
all-
Paris that you see on the thing and the Paris that you're talking backstage
Yeah.
is two different people.
Yeah.
Um,
It's her brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's her product.
Well, that was her
Yeah,
first
no,
product.
and-
Yeah.
I've crossed paths with her a few times, and then obviously because I'm always backstage and all of the festivals and Amnesia and that, and she follows me and she writes to me on my birthday and things like that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cute.
so
Oh, there you
it's
go.
cool.
Best friends with Paris Hilton.
No,
And,
I did message her when I was in New York, and she was in New York. She never got back to me.
Oh, rude.
Thanks, Paris.
She's
Bye,
definitely
Paris.
listening to this as well.
yeah, she's a big listener of the M&T podcast.
You never know.
Well,
I'll
that's
send
it.
it
You
to
do
her.
never know who's listening.
No, but she is lovely, and like the perception and the abuse she gets is just out of order. I
Yeah,
think
of course.
That's the cool thing that I like. What I get to see is like I've had friendships with all these stars before they were big. Like, when people talk bad about someone like Martin Garrix, I know Martin before he was even a DJ, and,
Yeah.
he's still,
Wow.
and I was actually speaking to him yesterday. He's still the same guy he was, and
That's
it's
cool.
just like, so that's why people are shocked. But I've been there for 10 years around these people, and I've seen them grow and grow
Yeah.
and grow. So I
Yeah.
know their like backstories, and I know how genuine they all are, and I never ask nothing off them. So when the time comes and I need a backstage band or I need to go to the event, it's like, yeah, sure, Dwayne, oh, there you go.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about negativity and like on this podcast and in the vlogs in general, because like I've been trolled in the past like bunch of times. You've had some really great comments this week, and it's the same with these DJs and like the people who have these personas, and they just must get so much shit. I know they probably don't read as much as we do as much smaller kind of influencers.
Yeah.
But didn't you have someone this week say they're going to punch your face in or something?
Yeah, I had one. What was it? The first comment I read was, greatest vlogger in the world. I can't believe you don't have 500 subscribers. Next one was so emotional. Then the next one was, I'm going to punch your face in when I see you in Ibiza. And I was like,
find you.
this guy, he's going to probably be watching this. I just want to say that if you're watching this, like, I have no idea what. He just. None of the comments make sense. It's like, I'm just doing nothing. I'm walking around a club, and then I've got this guy telling me about how Ibiza's changed and the island isn't what it is. And, things do change, and
Yeah.
I can't change that, and I'm only doing what I want to do. And if you don't like that, then that's up to you.
Well, we've
always
got a
say
great
that,
saying.
But
haven't
why
we?
tell me you're going to smash my face? And I'm not worried. But if someone said that, then what's to say we don't cross paths in the summer and let's have a go? I'm joking.
Oh, here we go. She's had some
There's the
wine.
wine kicking
Oh
in.
dear. No, we because I just don't understand people who that's their reaction to things that they don't like. Or
Yeah.
So he's invested enough that he's watching your videos.
Yeah, he comments on every video.
Yeah,
It's always
so he's actually your biggest fan because he watches everything and he chooses to comment, which actually helps your algorithms and
Yeah.
stuff. But
no,
like-
I don't have anything bad for him. I think that's why I said DM me and I'll meet you and we'll have
Yeah.
a chat. Like, I'm not a bad person, but if you're gonna call me, you're gonna smash my face, and I think it's a bit out of order, but
Of course it is.
maybe he
Of
was
course it
drunk and wrote it, so.
No, we just tell people to unsubscribe and fuck off. That's
yeah,
our
if you
general
don't
saying.
like it, you can unsubscribe. There's one button and
There's
you don't
a-
have to see me ever again.
There's not really.
We're quite blunt, so
Yeah.
we don't care.
I don't really get that. I don't get that much hate, but I just don't understand.
What's the point in taking the time out?
Where has this come from? So that's what my thing was like. It's not like I'm doing anything out of order. I was like, the video we commented on was maybe me walking around a club.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
like you're defacing the nightclub and ruining
No,
Ibiza
just
forever.
walking around a
you're
nightclub, like what? How can I go wrong here? Like,
It's so funny.
we're in the middle of a pandemic. I often say to people on the vlogs, they are a little bit boring for me. Wait till the summer comes and then you'll see really interesting content.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think, well, as viewers of your YouTube video, and when we were in Dubai and we were planning our move and stuff,
Yeah.
it was your videos that we were like, it's keeping us up to date in a way that the news can't tell you, because obviously
yeah,
we're thinking
Well,
what's happening
that's
in
kind
Ibiza.
of why I'd done them, because I was like, what you get is like, so for example, the other day there's a load of rumours going around that, Privilege isn't going to open this year. And I'm like, right, well, I'll go in and I'll walk around with the owner of Privilege, and you can see that the work's going underway.
Yeah.
Same with this Paradise. So when you read an article that's been wrote by somebody that's not in Ibiza, then it's very easy, because people just read the headline and share it.
Yep.
So I was thinking, wow, I could actually really just show Ibiza for what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what the vlog started. Like, people were like, is Ibiza going to happen? Can you come here? And I was like, the first vlog I think I'd done this year, because I stopped vlogging because it wasn't working. The first vlog was me walking to the supermarket, and 29,000 people watched it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, there's definitely a play on here.
Yeah.
I was expecting that every week, but the vlogs were relatively boring. I was doing them to learn how because as you know, it's such a hard platform to
Yes.
grow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
it is.
I understand it, but that's taken me. That's the other thing. People are like, oh yeah, you're really successful in the vlog. Yeah, because I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work
The reason
behind,
that they work
yeah.
is because of Ibiza Club News. It's
Yeah.
not because of me or the amazing content. If I didn't have that leverage,
Yeah.
but
But it's a great leverage to have, and it's
Yeah.
a great privilege. I'm sure you agree to be able to like call up these guys and go, do you mind if I walk around your club? Like,
Yeah.
and it's cool, and like you're humble about it.
Yeah, it's
you don't
strange.
take the piss, and it's nice. It's really great privilege to have. I need to hang out with you more often.
It's strange for me, like, because like once you do, it's strange for me now, like as a clubber coming here, being in the crowd. I like, say for example, I remember when I first went to Space for Carl Cox and seeing a figure of Pepe Rosello in a white shirt walking like a god, gliding through the club.
Yeah.
To now be sitting having beers with him, that's a bit weird, surreal, and it doesn't even register with me anymore. It's just
Yeah.
like, this is just Ibiza. What-
Do you think being sort of, I guess, the insider that you are now after so many years of work and the amount of sort of contacts you have, does it impact how you enjoy like a night in a nightclub, or in the is like the magic isn't there because you've seen behind the scenes and you know these people maybe personally and stuff?
Yeah, no, the magic for me is gone for the clubs. It's sad really, because there's I think Glitterbox at High, I get a real buzz being there. But the magic of the clubs in Ibiza, like I always say, it's like I'm honest about everything. I don't have that, like, believe it or not, I don't have that love for Ibiza. When I'm away, I miss it, but I don't have a love-hate relationship, because I have worked so hard, but I am still skint and still trying my hardest, but I kind of enjoy, and that's why the videos go out. But I have a much better time clubbing in New York, and I think that's because nobody knows me, and I just love it in Brooklyn. Just avant-garde.
And I guess because you're on holiday, I mean, we're yet to sort of experience this because we've only lived here for 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
And we obviously haven't had
Can I have
a
more
season
wine, please?
since then. Of course you can. Is at what point does it stop being the magic holiday place and it starts being where you live and
the
work?
good thing about I know the magic of like just simply going through the San Rafael tunnel. Everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
Like they know, so I can feel that. I felt it, and I know that's what people feel. So that's kind of where I'm trying to angle the vlogs.
Yeah.
But the magic of Ibiza, of course, it's going to get lost. Like I mean, Pikes is my favourite place to go, so I won't go there. I'll go there once or
Try
twice
not
a
to
year.
overdo it.
Try not to
Whereas
overdo
like
it.
Ushuaia is incredible, but I was there maybe some weeks, 7 days a week. And
Yeah, because there's a lot of club news stuff
yeah.
behind the DJ booth, like getting in there.
and it suddenly
A lot of
becomes the office,
content.
doesn't it?
It is
And
the
it's-
office,
and you
yeah.
go-
Like-
Imagine Ash Fire being your office.
so the thrill of going to these big clubs kind of wears off.
So
But
do you sort of yearn for something new to come along, something that you haven't
That's
done,
a great
or
question.
because it's hard out here? We were talking about this again yesterday, in that there's sort of this politics with all the clubs and things.
Yeah.
In that if something new comes along, it's not always accepted because there's resistance against it because it, I don't know,
Yeah.
takes away people's customers or people's clubbers or whatever.
yeah, there's a
But
bit
do
of there's a bit of war at the moment between all the kind of clubs in certain sense where like the beach clubs are allowed opened, and it's taken away from the clubs because the day life is now the more prominent thing. But
Yeah.
I don't think that's down to Ibiza. I think what's happening now is we're in an age of social media, and kids don't come up and want to just get drunk and go. They want to get that picture. Like everybody's chiseled. You know, just look in Dubai.
Pain in the arse, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Everyone's chiseled.
Dubai's exactly the
Nobody's interested in, and it's not an Ibiza thing. It's a global thing.
Yeah.
People want to picture on Instagram. They want to go to Wiki Woo. They want to go to O Beach.
Yeah.
They want to have the picture. Like it's about being there and checking in. The
I
check-in
feel
is
like
the
it's
most,
less about the music and the DJs now, unless it's like one of those kind of mass following
Yeah.
DJ people. It is more about the location tag.
It's getting the right picture,
yeah,
isn't it?
and
Yeah.
getting the right picture, which is kind of obviously a lot of people who were not brought up in this phone era like hate it. Obviously,
Yeah. There's a lot like really cool DJs here, like Paul Reynolds, Jason Bai, Graham Sahara.
Yeah.
They're all incredible at what they do, and then I feel a bit bad for those guys. Well, I mean, they all do still have the residencies and stuff, but whereas they were probably playing 7 days a week in these clubs, now the bigger nights are coming in from
Yeah,
all over the world, and then they're bringing in their residents, so then they get shut off, and then so it's kind of like you feel sorry for the guys because they've got livelihoods, kids and stuff,
yeah.
and then like,
the
but
clubs still need
not,
to
it's
make the
not
money.
like, at the same time, the brand they have to do what they do. It's not like, I guess it's just tough luck for them, but you know, the residents of Ibiza now don't get that weekly residency, so
Yeah.
they are having to go other places and working doing different gigs in like restaurants and places like that.
Yeah,
so
kind
it's
of
a
the
bit
smaller
like,
stuff.
but I think with regards to the pandemic happening, that could play in favour. You know, some people have benefited. I have benefited from it. People are watching my videos.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, then people probably wouldn't be watching my videos.
No, because they'd all be here.
So,
you know, you've
like,
got more.
I'm not happy that that's happening because I'd rather my mates' businesses were like
Yeah.
working really well and
course.
than just a few views. So
Yeah, you know, well, hopefully, fingers crossed for next year.
Yeah.
Talking about next year, I've got a couple of questions from Sam Jones on Instagram.
I know that name, Sam Jones.
Sam Jones, yeah, you might do. Yeah, I know it's about next year and not a lot have been released, but you mentioned Glitterbox, but what is the night that you should look at going to if it was a standard year and all of the same residencies were here? What is your favourite night to go to?
I'm probably gonna fall out with a lot of people because all the promoters are my friends. Yeah, Glitterbox at High for
I
me.
think it's feel good, right?
Yeah,
and that's
it's
the thing
like,
about it.
do you know what it is? It's like you go there, and all the clubs are like, it's just flamboyant. It's got like, there's just love. Glitterbox, it's a love heart. It's
Yeah.
just, and everyone's there. Everyone's loose. It's glittery. It's sparkly. It's pink. It's colourful, and it
I've
just
never done it.
Everyone loves everyone.
I've never
Right.
done it.
Right, so
I did Glitterbox
we'll
in
do
Dubai.
the Glitterbox opening together and we'll make a vlog.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah. I mean,
that sounds
just
fun.
something about it is like you got the energy from the DJs at Glitterbox, like Roger Sanchez is always
Yeah.
playing, or it's just
And then you've got the lives as well when they
Yeah.
get the actual singers of all those classic Glitterbox
yeah,
songs
yeah.
that you know,
No,
and it's just
credit
like
to,
this
credit
is
to
incredible.
Defected, Wes and Simon.
Yeah.
Again, it's weird. Like I'm quite friendly with those now over the
That's
years.
cool.
Like, so they've done an amazing job with Defected. All
Yeah.
the team, all the team I'm friends with as well. So maybe that's part of the reason. You know, George and Sam and all the media guys, and actually they give me. I'm allowed to use Defected's music on my vlogs,
Are
Mate.
you?
but I need 4 days. This is a problem. I'm so impatient. They want like a 4 days period of notice. So I was like, well, I do my vlogs right away and I just upload them. So when I actually have a really big vlog, I'm going to be using all the
That's
cool tracks.
really cool.
That's amazing.
We
That
have
is
to do
cool.
this like
And
whatever
you know,
signed
like
up to.
I messaged Wes from Defected and asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, of course, Dwayne," and CC'd me in, and then the guys were like, "It's not possible to whitelist a page."
Yeah.
So
You have to whitelist the vlog.
you have to whitelist the track for.
Yeah.
So people don't know how hard it is to make content
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Imagine having that music album at your
We,
disposal.
You literally get
We
your
got-
video pulled. I slipped. I showed Michael Bublé the other day.
You
did?
But it didn't get pulled because it was so
Yeah.
faint.
Yeah, yeah.
But in Pikes, when I was there
It gets pulled.
in the summer, and Graham Sahara was playing, and I was chatting to him, and there was like 30 seconds of
Yeah.
me talking whilst the track's playing in the background. Pull the video
They're
down.
like, none of that, yeah.
And you're like, oh, come on, guys. It's
Well,
not like I'm using it.
Kelly
But-
Clarkson gets all of the money from one of our videos this week.
Yeah.
We got pulled for a Christmas song.
Her Christmas song is just on in the background of us chatting shit or something. And it's like, Kelly Clarkson owns that video now. Okay, she can have it.
There's an Irish producer called Zeno. I hope I pronounced that right. He gives me his music, and he's whitelisted me as an artist. And he's based in Sweden, and he watches all the vlogs. And I was like, well, if you give me your music, and I do really like his music, and so he's just given me the music. So all the music on all of my last vlogs have been from him.
Oh, that's
And I'm happy to
nice.
stick with him. Another friend of mine gave me his music, and then he signed the track. And once they signed the track, the money goes straight to the
yeah.
not to him. If it was going to him, it was
It'll go
fine.
to
It
the
goes to the
label and
label, and I
stuff,
was like,
yeah.
dude, you just signed that track that I used in that video.
Oh.
So you lose the money. So you're like, it's just like someone's just taking 60 quid out of your
Yeah.
bank. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube revenue, but it feeds me at the minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So Glitterbox was the answer to that.
Short
But-
answer.
Oh,
Glitterbox.
sorry.
No, we do that all the time. Second question from Sam, because I did just want to lead on. After that said great night at Glitterbox, where is your favourite chilled place to go and get a couple of canyons the next day? Golden
Right here.
Buddha.
Right here in Golden Buddha at San Antonio, Cala del Moro.
Oh, I haven't turned round in a while.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I've got the view here, and most of the time while you're talking, I'm just looking out there
Yeah.
because it is beautiful.
There's a few places like if I'm just want to chill out, or meet somebody for a coffee, do a meeting, I always come to Golden Buddha because I can walk. Especially if you're drinking, you can walk back home. If I'm going out with the lads and want to watch the football, I'll go to the Ship Inn in Ibiza because
Nice.
it's my friend's place as well, and it's just good service and good fun.
Yep.
€3 a pint, you can't grumble. People say Ibiza are expensive.
It's if you go to the wrong places. We always say
yeah.
one street back, because obviously
Yeah.
the ones on the front obviously are going to be tourist traps in inverted commas. But one street back, you can find that. We found Euro Canyons this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
You
Find a
know,
little
we
gem,
love
can't you?
finding those.
Yeah, you can can you? An average beer in Ibiza is 150.
Yeah.
Depends where you go, really.
Yeah.
Like for a canyon and stuff. And then if I'm going for food or something like that, best food in San Antonio. I'm just sticking with San Antonio because that's where I live. Probably La Cantina in the.
See, we've not been there. Yeah, you should. It was in your
It's such a
vlog.
big
It's lovely.
menu, and it always puts me off. If the menu's big, it's a bad sign.
Yeah.
But La Cantina have like 3 different chefs, like one Spanish, one Indian, and one Thai.
So they're
Or
able
their
to.
specialties. I don't know if they're from them locations, but the food is incredible. So if you get Thai food there, it's incredible. If you get the Indian, it's probably one of the best Indians, even though it's
Nice.
not an Indian restaurant. So yeah,
Oh,
that
that's making
answers
me
that
hungry.
question.
Yeah, nice. Do you have any other questions this week?
I did.
Do you speak? This is from Tim, Matt's dad. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Dad.
Do you speak any other languages? Do you speak
Hi,
Spanish?
Hi, Tim. Poco. I know it's shocking. I know it's shocking. My Spanish is I understand Spanish, but because I live in San Antonio, and it's not an excuse. I'm around British and generally
Yeah.
English-speaking people, but I have made it my duty. In the next 6 months, I will be fluent in Spanish.
Nice. Are
and
you doing a course or lessons?
Yeah. I've got a teacher, and I'm doing a course, doing Duolingo, doing other things.
Yep.
I have done it. I have tried, but because of my brain, I switch off. I
That
don't.
attention
Yeah.
It's
span
like I
again.
have. I never done well in school. I don't like people telling me what to do. It's weird.
Yeah.
Sound like us.
My dad always wanted me to get into music and stuff, and I've had all the instruments and everything, and it's not like I rebelled against it. If someone says, "I'll do this," I'm away and do the other
The minute
thing.
someone says you have to, you
Yeah.
kind of lose.
Yeah,
the love of
motivation.
doing
Yeah, of
something.
course.
Yeah, when people crack me on the vlogs, they're like, "Oh, you should have done this." I'm like, "You should just. I'll do what I'm gonna do."
Yeah.
And I'm being really stubborn. And if I travel, if I want to go to New York tomorrow, I'll just get up and go. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't say, "Oh, you know, because I think that's why I don't have a relationship as well. Look at my face, I'm gorgeous.
They'll be lining up.
I don't do well with relationships because I just can't imagine the idea of having to.
Plan ahead.
Gives me anxiety. Yeah, plan ahead.
Yeah.
Anxiety. Group WhatsApps like,
Oh,
we're
kill me.
thinking about going here, or who's going, or he's not coming, or he's late, and lateness as well. If you're 2
we are the
minutes
same
late,
person. That's
if we're
great.
2 minutes late, I'm fuming.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
fuming.
I'm always and Ibiza is actually one of those places that people don't give a shit about that.
Yeah,
and I will always be
Everyone's
as early
late,
as I
yeah.
possibly, like 5 minutes early or something.
I wind up my mate all the time because he's like, we'll meet at 2 p.m, shows up at 3:15.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
Oh, that's a lot.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, and he's like, well, you know, and I'm just like, ah. And he knows it winds me up.
Does
And
on
we were in
purpose.
Ibiza town there like that a couple of weeks ago, and they could see they were winding me up, and I was like, right, we'll stay for another while.
Yeah. I
don't
basically
know.
tell my
But
friends
that's
half an hour
that is
before.
a sign of ADHD, like timing. If I was to go to the bank, or say I go to the butcher's, and there's 5 people in front of me, I would sooner walk an hour to the next butcher's
Yeah,
than
then
wait,
Then
wait
wait for
in
those
the queue.
5
Yeah.
people.
I
Oh,
can't. I don't know
wow.
what's wrong with my brain.
I feel like you'd rather just keep moving and get something straight away rather
God
than staying
forbid
still.
anyone has 2 bank cards when I'm waiting in the ATM.
Oh, they do it
I'm like,
once and it comes out and you're
because
like,
the
oh, no.
ATMs in Ibiza, you can do everything.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
you can pay your bills, you can pay your fines, you can do this, you can do that, you can
And it
do that.
takes
So
a
you're just sitting like
while.
that. So I can't deal
That's
with
funny.
can't deal with banks. One of the reasons why I'm skint. I can't do admin. I cannot do admin.
Because I can't deal
No,
with
like, I'm really
I
good
can-
at life admin. If you need any help, I'm great at
Just
admin.
fantastic
I love
at
life
life
admin.
admin.
That's so funny.
Well, my question from my dad was to you, and how's your Spanish going?
Muy bien.
Pogo.
I don't know what that means, but well done.
Very well. It is actually going really well because I am also doing like this online course with Jaime, who is a Spanish coach in Ibiza. So I'm doing that and I'm trying my best. I did a whole transaction in a shop and a petrol station in Spanish, so you know.
Yeah, well, I
Brilliant.
tried that the other day in Ibiza town and didn't understand what exactly the woman said to me, and I said, "See," and I was only killing time, may I add, because I had an hour to kill, and I was in a really expensive shop, but she was going to
what
get
did you
these
get?
£600 shoes, and I was like, no.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to go, oh no, sorry, I really don't know what you're saying.
She
But
was
I
like-
have learned how to tell people ask people to slow down so I can try and understand.
Yeah. I said something, and she's off to go and get the shoes. She's asked me what size, and I was like, no, you're not getting a sale out of me. Definitely
Oh
not at
God,
600
not in
euros.
600.
Imagine a language
That's the
barrier.
thing with
just-
Ibiza town. You can go into a store and you can get a t-shirt for €10 and go next door and it's €350. You're like, wow.
Love Ibiza town. I love wandering around the other
I love
day
Dolphin,
doing
yeah.
Dolphin,
Yeah, Dolphin
lovely.
is incredible.
Just an amazing place to just
I've
wander around.
probably, because of the vlogs, spent a lot more time around the island. Because another thing with Ibiza, because it's so small, it seems so far away.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though
People-
Santa Eulalia is 20 minutes away, you would
Yeah.
sit in a tube in London for an hour
Yeah.
to get to work.
Easy.
But
Yeah.
I would never go to
People
Santa
are like
Eulalia
that here.
often.
Yeah.
We're not like that because of Dubai, and actually, I wasn't fussed about
Yeah.
traveling half an hour in Dubai. People here are like, oh yeah, we don't go to Santa. I'm like, well, it's 20 minutes down the road. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no second guess at like coming here to do the podcast or whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool, 20 minutes away.
I
Yeah.
parked my
Go.
motorbike 2 weeks ago and it was in the same place.
I was going to say, do you drive? I didn't
Well,
know whether you did or
I
not.
do drive. I usually drive a car or a scooter, but this year because the reason I drive a scooter is my impatience. I can park everywhere. I
Yeah.
don't have
That's
to
what we were
wait
thinking
for
about
anyone.
for summer.
I can go
Yeah.
through traffic. In the summer, I usually have a car because I like being able to pick up friends at the airport. But because no friends were coming, there's no point in
Didn't
having
need
a
it.
car.
Need a car.
I usually do a deal with the rental companies or whatever, and
That's
just
nice.
lease a car or lease a motorbike.
Nice.
And it's quite cheap and cheerful. And
Yeah.
I actually have both. So when I'm going to have a meeting, jump on a scooter, and the weather's good, scooter.
Yeah.
Need to pick somebody up or go somewhere,
Get in the
the
car.
car. But that was more when I was sober than. Like, because I was able to drive every day, so I was driving everyone, didn't mind going to these
Yeah, of
places.
course.
Now I just hitch with my mate.
Did for this? Were you sober for a year? Was that the
Yeah, I
the
done
goal?
Christmas Day to Christmas Day.
And was it really difficult? Because like I always toy with it. I'm like, should I just go sober? And
think
I actually just don't know.
I think I got to the point where I was like, I was kind of like depressed about something. I was sick of just doing something and just always being broke. I'm trying really hard. And I just went, there's only one way that I can do this is be sober. Because I know like what I do is like cool. And so I was like, right, I have to go sober completely. So don't do the drugs and all that kind of crack. It's just alcohol. And I ended up going one day at Christmas Day. I just went, that's enough. I said to my brother and my dad, I was like, I'm going to go a year sober, and they laughed at me. I was like, nah. And then everyone's like, no chance. And that was what inspired me. And it was easy. I don't want to say take it away from anyone that's doing it, but when it's in that in your head,
if you're really that strong about it, it's
so
like me in the gym,
I was
I guess.
in the clubs and. It wasn't as fun. That was the problem. I could do it. I could go out clubbing every night. I could go, but like that initial interaction with a girl or going for a glass of wine, you can't.
And that's the thing. It's like the clubbing. It's like, oh, could I go and be in amnesia sober? And I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
No,
like I used to go to clubs for work in Dubai actually. I used to be sober, so
you're not as
loose.
No, I was going and getting the work done and the videos done, and that was the problem. That's what kind of annoyed me. I'd worked so hard with all the amazing vlogs that year, sober, and they didn't work because I didn't understand YouTube. And now I understand that it's working, and I'm like, damn, them videos were much better way back. But
that's really interesting.
I think I want to do it again. I want to do it as of January, and I'm not saying that because it's New Year, New Me kind of thing, but come on, I'm having a glass of wine now, Christmas is coming up, my friends are here. Yeah. It's been a pretty shit year. So
we can enjoy it now.
I want to do it. I think maybe I'll limit myself. I'll go, right, if I can be really strict and go, you can drink one time every week.
Yeah, that's kind of what I end up doing.
Or a set, like literally plan when you're drinking. So St. Patrick's Day, Christmas Day, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Then that's cool.
Yeah,
because you're right. Because it is just here particularly, it's too easy to do a little bit every day.
We were stopping for a Canya wherever, weren't we?
Yeah,
when we
because
first
it's so easy. You wander
like,
and.
Do you ever notice when you're in a supermarket and you see a builder with a 6-pack of cans? You're like, what?
He's having that for his lunch break.
You go into a cafe at 10 a.m. in the morning, and the guy next to you is getting a cafe with whiskey in it. You're like, dude, you're going to work.
Yeah.
And
it's just the life.
It is
here,
a culture.
But that is the life, and I've tried explaining. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does their own thing. I've always, even though I've lived here in 10 years, I'm still on holiday mode.
Yeah. I was going to ask, when does it wear off?
Oh, I love it.
Good to
but
know
it
that
is like a culture, but it's because obviously people we know, it's not Brits are broad drunk every day. You've got a little something in your coffee, but you're then not going on a bender. So the Kenya culture is a thing, going for lunch or going for a meeting and having a beer, whereas in the UK obviously you'd have a coffee. But it's a Kenya.
Yeah, you would never really, like, in my hometown, like, we go out, we get sloshed at the weekends, and then during the week you don't drink.
Yeah, you don't touch it. Yeah.
Irish people get a bad rep, but realistically, we don't really drink that often, but when we do, we drink.
And then we really drink.
But in Ibiza, it is a 7 days thing. The sun's shining, Kenya's culture.
Kenya culture is a thing,
and when beer is cheaper than water. Or a Diet Coke,
that's the thing. If I go to the bar, $2.50 for a can of Coke Zero, $1.50 for a beer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What am I going to have?
Beer.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes me happier.
So that's sort of why I had my issue with alcohol. But no, I've been okay now.
That's good. As long as you've got that balance, then you're fine, right? That's the whole thing.
The last 2 weeks, I would like to retract that statement, but I had some friends over and we.
That's what happens,
it's Christmas.
Fuck it, it's Christmas.
I definitely have a fuck it, it's Christmas.
Oh God, you
have
been on the Brewdogs for many, many days.
Got a big delivery of Brewdogs in, and I'm making it my challenge to work through every single one of those.
Yeah, you keep messing my Christmas tree up. I've made out of cans.
I think my only saviour is I'm drinking wine now, but I only drink beer. So I ain't a spirits kind of guy.
Thanks for joining us on the rosé train.
No, I mean I'll have a glass if it's offered to me. But yeah, that's where I am with it.
Nice. I've got the last one from Tim. What have you most enjoyed in Ibiza in 2020? So in this year of shit, what have you enjoyed the most?
I think the togetherness of seeing my friends. Like honestly, like you don't understand how hard we all work, and 6 months on, 6 months off. So for those 6 months, you don't get to see your mates. My friend recently had a baby and stuff, so getting to see them every day and just I think probably the
Demi said that, didn't she?
Yeah,
when Demi was on the pod, she said of all the shit that's going on to
Demi in Dubai. I love Demi.
So she was on episode I can't remember, but she was
one of our first when she came to stay for 2 days, didn't she?
And Demi said because
she was Demi had the best night out in Dubai.
I bet you did.
Right,
go. Your story will be better than mine. She is now quaking in her boots. Oh shit! What's he gonna say?
It was a night in Dubai, and I got a notification comes up my thing, Boyzone playing in the Irish Village. I was like,
Oh, wow.
I'm all over that.
Yeah, that
I was
happens.
like, Boyzone in Dubai, I'm going there. And I was like, who could go? Demi's like, oh my God, I love Boyzone. I was like, Demi, we're going to Boyzone. James, Jamie, all the boys are getting ready to go to Zero Gravity.
Yeah,
you know. And I think one of the lads was
This
like,
is amazing.
Dwayne, are you gay that you're going to Boyzone? I was like, no, but there's going to be more women at Boyzone than there is at Zero Gravity.
It's a very good
True
point.
story.
And so nobody wanted to go. It was just me and Demi. Demi got her high-vis gear on.
Of course she did.
We were listening to Boyzone before, drinking in the apartment. Off we went to the Irish Village, on the pints, up in the you know the stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
Boyzone
Yeah.
came out. It was unbelievable. Demi was crying.
Oh,
bless
She was
so
crying
cute.
at the moment where they came out and they sang that song where Stephen Gately was the
Yeah.
lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a light shining down.
Yeah.
And I was sat next to an Irish couple of mums and they
Yeah.
were like chatting away to me and I was pissed. And I was like, and then
Amazing.
we were trying to get a taxi back into JBR.
that would've been a nightmare at that time.
That was literally one of the best nights. I honestly, I have a really good relationship with Demi. Always I'd send her. She likes cheesy shit music, and I
Yeah.
like cheesy shit
Yeah.
music.
It's 10 years in Ibiza,
Sorry,
but
Boyzone.
Boyzone wins it all.
But Boyzone in the Irish Village, best night.
Sorry. We'll all be at Duran Duran next
there was
year.
5,000 people at that concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
They
Dubai.
fill up that tennis stadium. They
Yeah,
do. It's
that
mad.
was, and I mean, that's the things I wish I would have vlogged. Because that
Yeah,
would have been a
of
great
course,
day.
Yeah.
of
But
course.
I don't know why I didn't vlog in Dubai because that was the intention. And
What happened
But
was
you landed and put the camera away.
I think I wasn't as flush as I wanted to be in Dubai.
well,
I do like Dubai, but nothing on New York.
Ah,
I mean,
oh,
they're
I need to
definitely
go to
selling New York.
Yeah, nothing.
need to
Dubai's
go.
cool and in its own way, but like just New York, it's got
Yeah.
history. It's got.
Oh, I want to go so
That's
bad.
the
I
one
just
thing
want
Dubai
like
doesn't
breakfast
have is
outside
history.
Tiffany's. I want to do the whole like shit
Oh,
thing.
like,
I love it.
I just love walking around the city on my own, and it's
love
strange
that.
now. Like I walk around the city on my own and I bump into people. It's like, oh, this is
Well,
weird.
you're a
Yeah.
local.
Yeah.
Like I love London is
Central
my
Park
favourite
and
place
just,
in the world, but I think if I went to New York, I think
Yeah,
London
I'm
might.
just itching to get going.
Yeah.
As soon as that they can fly again, I'm
Yeah.
straight to New York.
Yeah.
Don't care how much money I have.
Nice.
Can't like, because my best friend lives there, and like I
Yeah.
have to like.
Well, when you've got a sofa to stay on.
Oh yeah, exactly. When
Yeah.
you've got somewhere to stay, it's so much easier, isn't it? Love that. That's cool.
He looks after me massively. Like
Oh,
can't even dread to think how much I'm in debt to him because I've stayed so many times and just had a laugh. Oh, a
that's
laugh.
so good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so good. It's like just having friends in different places. Like if we went back to
Yeah.
Dubai, obviously we'd have somewhere to stay.
Absolutely.
London, we've got places to stay. Like it's so nice to have people all over.
Yeah, that's why I stayed in Dubai. Obviously, the grassroots guys flew me over and gave me a place to stay, and we had a great.
They're a good bunch.
They are a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
bunch.
I would like
bunch
to.
of nutters.
I definitely. I spoke to Tony and said I will go back in the new year. Oh, sorry, my shoulder is. Oh God.
Yeah, we'll go back. We haven't really decided when, but we're going to go back at some point. That'll be really good. Do you have any questions? 'Cause I've got one more.
I've got one more.
Who's it from?
And
I got it from-
it's
it's
from a
still-
guy called Brian.
Oh,
That's
hi,
all I've got.
let's do
Oh,
Brian.
Guy called Brian.
Go on, Brian. What are you saying?
Brian said, it's a question probably more for Dwayne, but it is to all three of you. We are looking at coming to Ibiza for Christmas.
This year?
Well, I don't know whether he means this
Bit
year,
late,
but
crack on.
he's looking for a few days either side. We will cater for ourselves, but we want to eat out on Christmas Day. Is there a good choice of places to do this?
Yes.
Yeah, there's loads. I don't know about Christmas Day.
Yes, there's loads because I obviously know.
I replied
obviously-
to Brian and I said, Tiff's favourite hobby is to read menus and look at what's going on.
Yeah.
And
There's-
so she will know if there's places
There's
that you
loads of
can
great
get a
places
Christmas
where
dinner.
it depends what you want, you see. So if you if you want a traditional Christmas dinner, there's like at least 3 or 4 in Santa Eulalia on your own. But if you want to go for paella, you can go for paella. You can go over to the Boathouse, which is open for Christmas, which is a really pretty restaurant
Yeah,
up in the
it's-
north. And there's loads of things going. Christmas Eve is obviously very big here as well. So there's lots of Christmas Eve meals. Can Mimosa's doing a nice Christmas Eve menu. Rotto in Ibiza Town on
My
the port.
recommendation would be Camas Moso.
Yes, lovely, isn't it?
And the guys are phenomenal.
Great Bloody Mary.
Yeah, best
Oh,
on the
I love a
island.
Bloody
Best
Mary.
Bloody Mary on the island.
Oh,
Fish and
really?
chips
Is that
on
your
the roast,
your
yeah.
best Bloody Mary?
Do you know the chef that actually works in there was worked with Mind Blank
Michelin,
the famous.
I feel like,
He has worked in many Michelin star restaurants. Not too sure if he's a Michelin star, but he lived with that English chef that's really famous, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
Oh, I was
Ramsay.
gonna say-
I couldn't
gonna
think.
say
I
Gordon- start
I
listing
can
them.
see
I
him.
thought that
I can
Gordon
see him.
Ramsay's too obvious. I can't
No,
say that.
I'm pretty sure he worked alongside Gordon Ramsay for years, and
Nice. Well, that'd be
I
why
hope
it's
Pedro
good.
doesn't mind me saying that on the podcast, but I think
It's
be
a
fine.
very, very, yeah. We went for Sunday roast there not so long ago, and it was lovely and a great Bloody Mary.
yeah,
It
it's
was
just
a good
sitting in the
Bloody Mary.
garden.
Was that the
isn't
one
it?
that was a bit of bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I have
no,
like
it had all the
a
pickles and the bacon
Yeah.
on the top.
when I have
yeah.
an off day, I always just kind of go right, jump in the car with my mate or whatever, and we'll go to Camden Small. So a couple of canyas, 2, and then head back
Yeah.
into town.
nice.
And they do
Chilled.
fish and chips on a Friday.
Yeah,
don't
fish and
they?
chip Friday
Not
is
done that yet.
incredible.
We need a
Incredible.
good fish and chip Friday.
Okay. Well, it's
Um,
Christmas next Friday, so maybe the Friday after that.
Yeah, maybe after that.
Brian did follow up with do many Brits do this, as in coming here for Christmas? We understand that we need to stay warm. Well, Brian, if the weather's like this, mate,
I've got a tan. I know
you're
I
going to
do.
be spending Christmas Day outside, and it'll be glorious.
Well, I hope we are, because we're hosting Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And so I hope we're going to be outside for at least, drinks and starters.
It'd be nice.
It's really like it has been really warm. I can judge that by the apartment.
Yeah.
Because that said, a week ago it was freezing, and then. But look at this.
The next few days looks incredible.
I can think of worse places to come and do a little Christmas trip.
Oh, I know,
If you
right?
because you can get here. The flights are still on the go. I don't think they're as regular as
It's
they
just
usually
London
are. But
City, isn't it now?
if you can find yourself a little place to stay,
Are we out of wine?
Yeah,
we
I think
are
we
out.
are. So that
Oh.
means we're going to be out of questions soon. We'll just get a shot of Yerbas, I've got one more question.
slippery slope, but it kind of makes sense, doesn't
Can't
it?
ask this guy on the way back. This is from Tim, and it's to everybody. Is there somewhere in the world that you aspire to visit, and why? So we'll start with you, Dwayne.
New York. No, I actually.
You've been to New York.
Anyway, you haven't been.
Colombia. I have. Do you know what? With the vlogs, I'm gonna never told anyone this except for maybe Tony or somebody. With the vlogs, I wanted to create this whole thing around clubs, VIP lifestyle. The glitz and glamour of
Yeah.
Ibiza. And I had it all organised because of COVID, but I was going to take it really back and go to somewhere like Palestine.
Wow.
Spoke to some correspondents who told me I was mental
Yeah.
and going there, and I was like, I'm just going to do it anyway. I have some connections, weirdly, through my Irish roots and stuff within getting to Palestine and that, so it is doable, but that's not happening because of COVID. But
Yep.
the one that I would like to go to, and I don't know why I'm obsessed with Colombia, Bogota, Cali. I just want Medellin. I just want to be in Colombia. It's just the
Wow.
culture,
Nice.
Nice.
and that's where I'm going to go next when
Okay,
I can.
cool.
I did almost move to Colombia, had it all arranged to go for after a summer, and I think I stupidly went to New York and spent everything I had in the space of a couple of weeks. So the money I had to go to
Fun coupons.
yeah, I was like, I'll go to New York via Colombia, and then Colombia didn't happen. No reason why, just I don't know. I'm like, people don't probably know, but I'm so obsessed with YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So I watch all the vlogs and of certain like Bald and Bankrupt, and I would also like to go to Russia. So it's like two very
Yeah.
Russia's
different things.
interesting.
Very different.
That's very different, yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm obsessed with like obviously I want to travel, but the Colombia if I had to pick one.
Interesting.
You?
What about you?
I would go with. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about what my answer would be because I was just thinking
Listening.
about Colombia and New York and Russia and. Where
Now
do
I want to go to New
aspire?
York, so that's going to be mine because I've not
Well,
been.
yours is clearly New York. I've been to
Clearly.
New York, but I went as a kid, so maybe I mean,
Can I say Disney?
inspired by
Can I
the
just
amount
say
of New
Disneyland?
York.
Disney World.
Can I go
You-
back to? I went as a kid, but I'd like to go again.
I've been in Disney World as a
I've-
23-year-old. I went.
It's like when you
I
can
went
drink,
to
it's fun.
my friend
that's
and
it.
we I don't know why we went to. We went to Orlando and for 2 weeks and went to Miami and I've been in Miami. I know I've been in Miami like 7 times because of the
Wow.
music week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
I don't like it though. It's,
Is it a bit too? I feel like it's a bit too like label, like people there like
Bit
for
plastic.
business. Like it's just like all the labels
like-
there, all the people there, and you're like, oh,
it's like Dubai, but
don't need this in my life.
it's got a bit of history.
Yeah.
So I don't. There's nothing wrong with Miami. If you have money, you can go to Miami, but it's a couple of grand. You just
Yeah.
Gone.
Money just disappears.
Yeah, definitely fun coupons.
it's cool to go to for Miami Music Week, and especially when I'm over there. Like it's weird because you're walking up the street. I brought my girlfriend at the time to Miami, had backstage pass at Ultra, done the whole thing. Like, it was amazing.
Oh, I missed out
And
on
but
Ultra
you're walking
this
up the
year.
street and you can hear someone shout your name. You're like, oh, because of the whole of Ibiza.
Yeah.
I'm going to
All
get
the
you a
promoters
bus.
and DJs
Okay.
are in Miami. So, yeah, it's like Eddie, and you know, that week everyone goes.
I'd
But
love to do that. You have to keep chatting.
it's not that I don't like it, but it's different.
Yeah.
I think if I was minted, then Dubai or Miami would be the perfect place.
And that's the thing, isn't it?
And
Like,
everyone's good looking, and I'm there slob after months in Ibiza of boozing and just not eating well, and everybody's on the beach chiseled, doing their workouts, rollerblading. It's exactly what you see in the movies.
I wanted to roll. I said I wanted to like skate, didn't I?
Tiff has said that she wants to rollerblade.
About 3 years ago.
Like when we moved to Abu Dhabi, and there's this lovely sort of like Corniche beachfront,
Like this, like a promenade.
very similar
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of to this, and you had these ambitions that I'm going to learn to roller skate and look really cool, and like
Yeah, like
and
Miami vibes.
Then we moved to Dubai, and you were like, oh, there's places here I can do it, and I'll look really cool. Now we've moved here, and you've said it again, like, oh, I want to be.
So if there's not a pair of roller skates underneath the Christmas tree, I'm going to be pissed.
It's about time.
I remember
isn't
in Dubai we done that like beach training. I went with
Yeah.
it?
Demi.
Oh yeah.
Demi and me went beach training with some big Serbian PT. After about 5 minutes of the warm up, I was like down and out, and I was like, I'll just make a video.
Yeah.
I had my camera with me. And
I think
was
you've
like,
done that before when
the
we've gone for a workout.
Serbian guy standing on my abs when I'm doing sit-ups, and he's like, no, you must train, this is what I was like, no, I was like, I'll just make a video,
That's,
because I made a video but I never posted it.
That's
Oh,
Dubai
God,
for you.
that is
Train,
Dubai for
train,
you.
train.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, because you got to look good at zero gravity. What are you talking about?
Well, exactly.
What's coming up? What's like? Do you have anything you can tell us for the future?
Yeah, I think, like I said in the vlog, I think January I don't New Year, new me, but I am going to try and just completely go teetotal the whole, for at least as much as I can, and maybe plan some things. I've reached out to, like I said, I reached out to people like Martin Garrix yesterday, and David Guetta, James Blunt. Like I reached out to them.
Yeah.
If you're watching this,
Guys.
long shot, but yeah.
What do you mean? We've got some great fans.
I want to do I want to get into the people. I want to show the real Ibiza as well, but
Yeah.
get like the shops.
Yeah.
Like I've spoke to a few little shops in Ibiza town.
Yeah.
And kind of just keep doing what I'm doing, but not really. I have some things that I'm doing that I'm not allowed to say.
Of course.
But yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it starts to generate some more income.
It's cool. Like we said before we started actually recording, you're not actually doing anything else now. You're fully focused on YouTube,
Oh.
and that's really cool.
I have to. The reason that is, I had living in a beautiful penthouse with my friend, and for years, paying too much money in rent. When you look back on it, and I couldn't afford to stay there because of COVID. I'm not entitled to anything. I don't make any, So I was like, I just said to him, I said, dude, I'm gonna have to move out. And he was very understanding. And then my friends who have a store here, and they have a lovely apartment above it, and they were like, we can't even open the shop because of COVID. Move in there. Don't worry about rent.
Yeah.
When the times comes, do as a turn with the media or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been living in a one bed on my own, and that's how I can do the vlogs. 'Cause
That's
the
cool,
vlogs,
though.
can
Nice
I
though,
just
isn't
say,
it?
how much money does it cost to do vlogs? It's like you're
Well,
spending
look
all
at the
your
equipment
I
and
know,
the travel and the...
you're spending all your day walking around the island, not working, not replying to emails, not replying to WhatsApps,
Yeah.
doing these videos.
Yeah.
People have this perception, he's on YouTube, he's massive. You don't. I think I get
Yeah.
this has been my best month, and I made like $300
Gracias.
Yeah.
and it's like doesn't even put food on the table, because
Yeah.
by the time you get up in the morning, have a coffee and a tostada, you're like 5 down, fuel to get somewhere.
Yeah,
another
you are
5,
kinda
then
counting
you go,
down, right?
And then you're like, oh well, he must get the free food in all these restaurants. Nope. Some
No.
restaurants do help out, but you're like, that meal costs €40, and all of a sudden the vlogs cost €100, and
Yeah.
you just don't make it back.
Mm.
But I know how to grow things. I know
Yeah.
how to play the long game,
Yeah.
and I know if I keep doing it, I'll probably be in a very good position come summer. I'm just doing it because I love doing it.
Yeah,
That's
this is
it.
cool though.
And that's what
And I'm not.
you're
I,
like.
the thing is, I'm
Do it
not.
because you love
yeah, I'm not doing anything different.
Yeah.
So there was just like walking by the egg the other day, bumped into Pepe Rosello. That's like, well, that's what happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
So
So
and then
cool.
I have reached out to all the bigger name DJs. I don't really want to do much with them, but if I could, like David Guetta's here at the minute. If I could get 5 minutes with David Guetta,
That's all you need, isn't
yeah,
it?
it'd
Really?
be interesting because I'm so intrigued
Yeah.
as to his, so we'll see. You just don't know what could happen.
But that's what's great, is that you don't actually know what's going to happen tomorrow. You could be sitting with David Guetta tomorrow, just having a little chat, putting it on the YouTube.
Yeah, the reason I started doing the vlogging was a guy called Henry Sarmentino, who is actually half Colombian and from New York.
Oh, there you go.
There's your link.
Half Colombian from New York.
Yeah, he has. Henry's one of my very good friends. Obviously, I don't have any family here, but Henry's been sort of like a father figure to like advice on the island.
Yeah, that's nice.
He is the owner of Sonic Vista Studios, which is the best music studio in Ibiza, probably one of the best in the world. Artists like, his client list is like 50 Cent, Lady Gaga, like David Guetta, like Ting Ting, Ed Sheeran, Neo, all these super good. When they come to Ibiza, you go, if anyone who's who goes to Henry's studio, and Henry has basically given me an open key to like whenever you want the studio to just come and chill. He's got it's a 500-year-old finca in the hills. I can't say where it is because it's cool.
Fair enough.
It's
People go
exclusive.
there, of course.
And when you're there, like, I've met so many, like, and this is the thing, I don't video it.
Yeah,
of
I've met
course.
so many cool
I now
people.
have another question.
So
keep going.
The reason I do the vlogs was because Henry told me about this guy Casey Neistat in America. And he was like, Dwayne, what you do, it would be incredible. You do it. And so that's where the vlogs came from.
Nice.
And then, where was I going with this?
No idea.
We were just asking you. Well,
so I remember one day I was like, I'd done a video and Henry was like sat there and I was like, this isn't going to work. And he goes, you're sat at the same table that Lady Gaga was planning her like tour, and I was like,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
mind blown.
Yeah.
So my question is, who have you been most starstruck by, actually? Who you've met?
I think it was one night I was in downtown, a good few years ago, and my dream is to meet Messi. And Messi and Fabregas were there.
You okay, love?
I think I'd lose my mind.
I was like, oh my god. I was starstruck, but not starstruck with my mate that night. And I was doing the content for downtown, but obviously it's such an exclusive place, you can't take pictures.
Yeah.
And I think it was the same night Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber
had a punch up.
Got the punch up.
Yeah.
It was between downtown and Boom.
Yeah.
And then I was
Boom.
like,
Remember that place?
so like when you go into downtown, no matter how you dress, this place is like everyone's in Gucci. Like I was like, I feel like shit straight away. But anyway, long story short, I kind of spied Fabregas and Messi, and I was like, right, if we play it right, we'll walk out at the same time as they walk out. And we walked out of the restaurant as they were walking out, but I got in front of them. And Messi went the other way, and Fabregas came down the way I was going, and I was like, Sesk, I was like, please, can I get a picture? And because I had a camera guy with me that was doing the content, he was like, you're not paparazzi? And I was like, no. And then we started talking about football.
Oh,
and
wow.
I got a really good picture. And because I had a photographer, it's a proper picture. So I was like, that was pretty cool, but...
That's cool.
I don't know who...
I don't know
Starstruck would be...
If Messi walked in here
If you saw Nuno,
right
you'd
now,
have an issue.
Well, I'm not very good with celebrities.
We were bowling next to Twin Atlantic one day because we were going to a Twin Atlantic gig in Cambridge or something.
Yeah.
But we went bowling before, and they were in the next lane pre-gig.
I lost my mind.
And you wouldn't talk to them. I'm like, it's a band we're about to go see who we're quite big fans of, and you just would not talk to them.
I was a bit gutted. I was gutted that I didn't meet Conor McGregor because I had it all set up. I had it set up that we were going to cross paths, and he just showed up after the Floyd Mayweather fight and went to O Beach. And I remember that day I got a text, and I was in Ushuaia at something, and I have the same friends as Conor, so I was like, this is so easy. This is good. It's going to happen. It just didn't happen. And I was like, gutted. All my friends met him, but I think that one. The most starstruck probably Shane McGowan from the Pogues.
That's cool.
I spent 4 hours with him, maybe even longer, just drinking with your hero. Like,
and that's the thing, it's like that fleeting meeting is cool, but like actually being able to sit down with
some
somebody,
quality time,
quality time with these people that you just don't think you're ever going to meet is amazing.
Yeah, that was a surreal night.
I love it.
I remember my friend Marty said like, "Oh, Shane's going to come to San Antonio," and I was like, "Can you imagine?" Shane McGowan walks in, and he walked in, and I was like, I think I was crying after it. Like the next day, I was like messing with my dad. I was like, I was with Shane McGowan.
Wow.
It's like one of these people that you just won't meet.
That's cool.
If I ever wanted to meet somebody, it'd be like Johnny Depp and Henrik Larsson from.
I'd
yeah.
love to meet Johnny Depp.
Well, you never know.
And I have mutual friends with him now, and I met his stupid ex-wife.
Oh, let's
New
not
York.
get on that.
She's not welcome in
Let's
Ibiza.
not get on
She,
that. I'd love to meet. Oh God, if I met.
That was a weird night out in New York.
I bet it is. That's another podcast for another time.
Podcast, Dwayne, 'cause I don't really know what.
This is why I do the vlogs, because people will never believe me. When I go home for Christmas
Amazing.
and I'm telling my mates, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Sure, that happened."
Yeah, you got to prove it.
You have to
haven't you?
vlog so that people know that it's true.
That's so funny.
Oh, nice.
That's some great chat. Shall we do these?
I think we should do
We really
these.
appreciate you coming onto
No,
our little
yeah, thank you.
podcast.
Thank
And
you.
having a chat.
It's weird.
We've
like
been trying
how,
to do it for months, but we got there eventually.
It's weird how natural it is now, because I don't.
That's what
really,
people say about
You just
ours.
chat,
'cause
don't you? Go
we
on,
don't have
I'll
anything.
chat while you do it.
We don't have anything planned. Oh, sorry, I'll do my.
Yeah, we don't talk. We don't talk. We don't script anything. We don't plan anything. We just sit down and have a chat, don't we?
Yeah, if you want, I'll upload it to my YouTube as well, 'cause I think people would like it.
Well, I was going
I'll
to
link it
close
back
by
to
sort
you.
of saying if there is any
Look
of
in
our
this camera.
followers.
Look in this
Oh, yeah,
camera. Tell
Hot
us what
Wings.
you're doing, Hot Wings.
I
Guys.
forgot the camera over there.
Yeah, exactly. That's
They're
the best
everywhere.
thing.
God knows, I think they've all run out of battery, so it's
That one
just the
hasn't.
rest of the YouTube video is in the black. But I don't think we've probably got any subscribers that aren't already subscribers of Dwayne. But if you're not, he's linked below. He's linked on the screen now. Go and check them out, and they're proper Ibiza videos. So if you
Yeah.
want to see what's going on the island,
I feel like
it's
this
it's what helped us move here. Is your
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah,
So
thank
if there's
you.
anybody who is watching us and listening to us, we recommend.
Vice
Get over there as
versa,
well.
if anybody that's watching this vlog wants to move to Ibiza, can you ask these guys? Because I'm not really the best person to give
Yeah,
advice.
for moving questions,
Yeah.
talk to Tiffany.
Yeah, no,
What,
it
you've
is.
locked
It is
yourself out?
something quite common. People ask me, they're like, "Oh, Dwayne, what about the legalities of this and that and this?" And I'm like, "I'm a fly in the wall, dude. I just float around
Yeah.
and I
We
cannot
just turned
give you."
up and made it up as we go
Yeah,
along.
so ask
Yeah.
me, not Matt, because Matt doesn't have a clue
I don't.
either. So
People are always like, "Oh, how did you get into it?" And I'm like, "I showed up every day and just sorted
That's
it."
such
But
a good
I
showed
haven't
up
made
every
it.
day.
I haven't made it at all. People have this perception. Yeah, it's cool. We're living in a cool island and
We do.
enjoy
But that's
it.
what people see, don't they? It's an Instagram reel, but we can get into that anyway. But thank you.
Right.
I think
Well, thank you very
we'll
much.
end it
That's-
there
yeah,
and
we
say
should. This
goodbye
is-
because
yeah.
we'll do the intro after this, and that's going to be funny
Oh,
in
yeah,
itself.
exactly.
But thank you very much. We'll see you in later vlogs, and I guess we'll see you in next week's episode.
All right.
Our standard ending. Bye.
Come on,
Bye
Dwayne, join in.
bye.
Bye.